my humble salutations at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Baba, and to share a few words what I experienced briefly with Swami, and the valuable experiences I would like to share. Very valuable experiences. Now, I wanted to share two important things. One is the analogy. The first one is that a friend of mine who himself is a Sai devotee for a long time, he shared an experience that one of his friends had. The experience is that that boy was a student in Swami's fold, in Swami's ashram itself. And one day he was in his room. Suddenly, a Savadal comes running from Swami's residential quarter to this boy who is in the hostel far away, in the university hostel far away. Comes and Swami is asking for your shaving cream. What they do is they squeeze the tube to its last drop of the cream. That moment, that is the only thing he's having. And the message is that no, Swami is asking for your shaving cream. That's it. He cannot borrow it from anybody else. After a few hours, the evening darshan happened, and I have to make you do something for me. Then only I can give you something. So that's why I borrowed your shaving cream. I wanted to protect your mother. So he makes you do something. It is not that just like that you're going there to party and doing something. No, it doesn't happen that way. He called you willfully to make you do something so that he wanted to protect you sometime later in a different form altogether, which you cannot even fathom. This very experience I heard 2 years prior to happening of my experience. In 2019 January, I went to Puttaparthi on Prashanti Seva. This is the first time I went to Puttaparthi in Prashanti Seva, and I had never been to earlier. Also, I was told that no Seva goes on, but I never chose to go. And 2019, when the call for Seva came, my office never gives that much leave. At the time, the office where I was working, and when I said that I want 15 days leave, they promptly gave that leave to me. Granted, I went, and the moment I landed, the very first experience that there was a bugging thought that was troubling me. A friend of mine committed something wrong, some crime, and he was caught, and he was in great distress. And I never imagined that that fellow could commit that kind of bad thing in his life. And it pains me to see him in a very bad thing. Fine, whatever it is. But that fellow was sitting in my brain like anything. It happened 11 months ago, and still he was there through and through 24/7. He was hitting me, literally. His thoughts were hitting me. The moment I entered into Prashanti, the thought vanished. 3 hours after I entered into Prashanti, I realized that that headache is gone. Why that headache is gone? Something is missing in my brain. Then I realized that this thought has already vanished, and the thought never came in again during my entire stay in Prashanti. And after that, occasionally, maybe a fleeting thought may come, but that thought never disturbed me. Point number one. Point number two, the very Seva itself is a learning experience, because I got a habit of sleeping at 8 in the night, getting up 3 in the morning. I was very regular about it. By 7:38, I finish my dinner and sleep. And at 3 o'clock, I get up. And in Prashanti, I was given a duty to work from night 8 to morning 8. So it was such a difficult thing for me to be awake after 8 o'clock in the night. It never happens. And for all the days of Seva, I successfully woke up at 8 o'clock in the evening, and I used to do duty till morning 8. And then also I continued to do. In the afternoon, I used to take only 2 to 2.5 hours sleep, and that's it. And Seva was going perfectly all right. And one night is a small incident. One night I was feeling like I was doing the receptionist duty there. Okay, 9:30, all rooms are closed. Prashanti, after 9:30, almost you can't see anybody moving here and there, no loitering at all. And around 10 o'clock, I want to eat something, okay? Suddenly the door in front of the table opens. A young lady comes in. Her husband was waiting in the room itself. She comes with a plate full of freshly cut papaya, along with a fork, and comes and says that, "Uncle, please take it." I was stunned. How can it happen? And I was scratching my head. Who's listening to me? Somebody's listening to me. Okay, I gleefully had that papaya. And next day, evening, again 9:30, I was thinking that yesterday papaya ho gaya, today I want mango. and, and very strangely, 9:40, an auto comes, stops there. Couple of guests get down. Auto goes back. Those two guests were residing in the same block. The lady and gentleman, they were going to their room. After a few paces, she comes back. She opens her bag, pulls out two beautiful mangoes, and places it on my table. And she says that, brother, you will be awake throughout the night and you may not be having anything. If you feel hungry, you can have these two mangoes. These two mangoes are for you. I'm bringing these two mangoes from Kakinada. Okay. I brought bag full of mangoes for my daughter. Her daughter is studying in Anantapur campus and she is coming to Prashanti Nilayam at that time. So she brought bag full of mangoes. She pulled out two mangoes and placed it on my table. Can you believe it? So in the entire Prashanti Nilayam, I think Swami listens. Not only when we speak, but even when we speak within our mind, he listens. So beautiful experiences. And last day when we were about to finish the seva, I was standing in the line to get to that special darshan and etc. And just before we are about to go in 5 minutes time, suddenly I saw everybody's carrying some flowers. Okay, you can place flowers on samadhi. It's a great thing, yeah. But I don't have anything. So I thought that, Swami, please give me a chance. I want to buy flowers. But it will take at least 12 minutes to leave the queue, rush, just running out of the gate, go fetch your flowers and come back. 12 minutes minimum. I just prayed, Swami, please give me a chance. I can't say more than this. I'm just running. I just run and I get the flowers. It took me almost 13 minutes. The queue is there wherever it is and nobody moved. I don't know what for strange reason. When I joined the queue started moving. That's it. I went, I placed the flowers and everything was over. I was back in Delhi. After coming back to Delhi, the most important person in my life is my father. Nobody else. Very honestly. And I love him. I love him because he's a great friend of mine. He's not only a father, he's a great friend of mine. And right after finishing this seva, within a month's time, he was found to have cancer. So it was such a stressful thing. I don't know what to do. We were running helter-skelter and so many tests, so many treatments, this, that, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, kept on going on. I mean, so my mind is totally occupied with the thoughts about my father, his well-being, his medical tests, his treatment, his medicines, and all sorts of things. 8 surgeries he underwent. He was 81 at that time. Sorry, 80. He was 80 at that time. He underwent, within a span of 6 months, during 2019, he underwent 8 surgeries. 2019 December was most critical, and 2019 December 25th, I came back to Delhi. He was still in hospital. One important critical parameter is supposed to come down, then only he can be comfortable. And we were praying, and I don't know what's happening. And after coming back to Delhi, suddenly I received a call from my sister that Papa is improving. Then the thought came to my mind was this very story I told you in the beginning about the shaving cream. I felt as if Swami is sitting in front of me and telling that, you idiot, don't you know why I called you to Prashanti? I called you with a purpose. And this is the purpose. And grace of Swami, my father is doing well now. I mean to say he's of course age-related ailments, a little bit here and there, but he's fine. No trace of cancer. Please believe me, no trace of cancer. But the prayers goes in different forms. Another important thing I wanted to communicate with you is that, we believe in Shirdi Sai Baba, with whom our interaction started actually. Going to the temple. Swami's pictures were there at home, but I had never been associated with the Samiti, going bhajans, etc. in Andhra, where I was staying. So we were not into that kind of mode. And it is all Shirdi Sai Baba temple we used to go. And after that, we used to go to Nellore. There is one Swami, just like Shirdi Sai Baba jaise the, वैसे ही हैं. And he also left his physical body. We call him Baba Galagamudi Swami, we call him. And he also lived on the same lines, is Avaduta. Basically, he's an Avaduta. And मुंह से श्लोका ऑफ दैट अवधूता कम्स इन, लास्ट में ऑटोमेटिकली सत्यसाई एड्स. आई डोंट नो व्हाई इट चेंजेस. मुंह से अगर सत्यसाई का श्लोकम आता है तो लास्ट में गोलगुमुडी वेंकटेश्वर स्वामी का नाम ऐड हो जाता है. दिस हैपेंस इंटरचेंजेबली and without my intention, without any purpose, without anything, you know, with a specific intent, I'm not doing it. Automatically it happens, which made me realize that, don't restrict me to just one single robe and this frail 5 feet 3 inches body. What are you thinking about yourself? You can't see, you can't fathom my expanse. Whatever name you call, whatever form you worship, it all goes to the ultimate supreme power. It's me. That's all. It's unbelievable. And the experience after Parthi, it is totally changed. Three important things it brought changes in me. One is Swami is all pervading. Even if your chatter in mind is listening, beware of it. Number one. How rude, how crude. At times I fought with Swami. I said that, Swami, I'm not going to believe you. You really fooled me. You're not going to. You never helped me. Still, I'm going to stick to your feet. Okay, you didn't help me. Okay, this is not fair. I used to argue with him like this. Frequent arguments, no problem. But still, I would at the end I would say that, Swami, I'm not going to leave your feet. Irrespective of that, you really troubled me a lot. This is absolutely unfair. I'm not going to bear with it. But still, I'm not going to leave your feet. I'm going to click to it. It's clutch to your feet. Okay. And then this is first thing. And no form, nothing, any form, any name you take, I'm there. It's me who's listening. Don't worry about the form, name, etc. These things do not matter at all. This is the second important thing. Third and most important thing, I'm a frugal eater. On top of it, I eat very nasty. I eat half of the food I leave it on plate. I don't do it at all. I don't give respect to food at all. That was my way of living. 2019, I went to Puttaparthi. ब्रह्मार्पण करना तो दूर की बात है, खाना ढंग से खाएं तो ब्रह्मार्पण की बात बनती है ना. So I never used to do Brahmarpanam. And 2019, after doing Brahmarpanam, the food that I eat now, after I finish my food, you don't need to even clean the plate. It is such clean, wiped out. Even a single grain is not left on the plate. From 2019 till date. But very religiously, I do Brahmarpanam and then I eat my food and nothing is left on the plate. I really wanted to do it. No, it never happened. It only happened after Parthi. These are three important takeaways. And very, very simple thing I'll tell you. Now, the question comes in, okay, Swami is there, Puttaparthi, you went to Puttaparthi, you experienced him. Okay, he's listening to everything, whatever my chattering that goes in mind. No, everybody says that he listens. But Parthi mein to Swami sunte hain. So once you come out of the campus, Swami sunte nahi hai kya? Chatter nahi sunte, only vocal prayers sunte hai kya? I'll tell you a very good experience. What happens? We do medical seva in Satsai International Center in Lodi Road. Every Sunday, the clinic opens. Totally underprivileged, downtrodden people, they come. They take medical advice. Medicines are also given free. Around 50 to 55 patients every Sunday they come with different ailments. There are 4 or 5 doctors on telecalling and 2-3 doctors come physically, and we keep on. They are being treated, and I do the registration. I am in charge of the registration desk. Every Sunday morning, I go there very religiously, 9:30. Pull out the printer, stationery, this, that, fix the table, put on the laptop, and start everything 15 minutes में तैयार करता हूँ. And till 2 o'clock, we keep on taking care of the patients, and 2 o'clock we wind up and go. जब ये सामान सारा रखते हैं ना, स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट के रूम में रखते हैं. ओके, स्टेट प्रेसिडेंट के रूम में स्वामी का सिंहासन है, एंड वहां स्वामी का बड़ा पिक्चर भी है, 3-4 बड़े पिक्चर्स हैं. तो I look at Swami's picture. Okay, Swami, you're here. Are you sure you're here? Okay, fine. But I don't know if you're here or if you're sitting in that मेडिटेशन हॉल जहाँ बड़ा सा आपका मूर्ति बना हुआ है, आपका फोटो बना हुआ है, आपका चरण बने हुए हैं. Are you sitting there or are you sitting here? Should I offer my salutations here or there? Chalo theek hai, I offer my salutations here also. It's this kind of simple banter, literally. So then what happened? That day I saw a big jar of chocolates. Chocolates, बड़े-बड़े chocolate होते हैं ना, Perk and 5-star etc. पूरा बारह जार भर के वहाँ पर है. Just 3 to 4 days prior to that, I had my medical test and I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. So doctors advised me not to eat sweets, leave alone chocolates. But वो chocolate देखते ही, even at the age of 49, you can remain a child. Nobody stops you from being a child. So child in me woke up. Okay, no. The moment you're pre-diabetic, you feel like having cookies, you feel like having sweets, chocolates, तो ice creams तो छोड़ ही नहीं सकते हैं. So when I saw the jar, मैंने सोचा यार ये चॉकलेट तो चाहिए मुझे. मैं अभी ना सेवा खत्म होने के बाद I'll go to a shop, I'll buy myself a full big Cadbury and I'll eat it. ये तो करना ही करना है. Come what may. Okay. This thought came into me while I was placing the printer and stationery. सारा रख रहा हूँ वहाँ वापस, सेवा खत्म हो गया है. सारा रख के मैं बाहर आ गया था. Then I was about to step out. अंदर से वो President Mr. Rakesh Kapoor calls me. There are so many Sevadal. There are 15, 16 Sevadal working on. Everybody is wearing a white uniform, scarf, and everybody look alike. My kind of grey hair and shabby look, no problem at all. He specifically called me, come, come, come. I said, I looked at him. उसमें से chocolate ले लो. मैंने से स्वामी, I think you are hearing me. मुझे जो खाने का मन करता है ना, तो तुम सुनते हो जरूर. बाकी किसी को चॉकलेट उन्होंने देते हुए मैंने नहीं देखा था. किसी को भी ऐसा बुलाते हुए नहीं देखा था. I just placed the printer. I was about to step out. He said, come. वो जार ले, open करो. Just take one chocolate. मैं तो देखता रह गया यार, ये तो कमाल की बात है. And I took the chocolate and I kept it in my bag. Even now it is with me. I don't want to eat it. मैं सोचा था कि स्वामी ने दिया था ये चॉकलेट. I want to give it to a very deserving person because I should not eat chocolates. So he gave this with a purpose. I strongly believe that this must be having some medicinal values. 100%. मैं ऐसे किसी आदमी को देना चाहता हूँ जो जिसको बहुत जरूरी पड़ती है. And I may look very foolish, I may look very silly, I may look very childish, but this is my belief. Okay, finally, before I wind up, one beautiful experience. That day we were going to Shirdi. Me and my wife, we were married nearly 2 years prior to that, and we planned to go to Shirdi. Shirdi train starts 6:40 in the morning on a winter day from Delhi. Okay, it was probably December, it's pretty cold, and we reached with greatest difficulty. We reached the Nizamuddin station, and train came in. We put the luggage in, and then I told my wife, okay, I'll go down and get some water. Okay. Previous night, prior to that, I was sleeping, and suddenly it looked as if somebody is asking from me a cup of tea. Some old man, I can't even figure out his face. Some old man is asking ki chai lao. He's very rudely he's saying, very rude, chai lao. So I woke up and said, pata nahi kya yaar, kya thoughts aate hain. I slept, and morning I went to buy water. I bought water. I was coming back. One old man with his rug, the woolen kambal kind of thing, he wrapped it around. He was squatting on the platform, leaning onto one of the closed shop, because morning 6 o'clock, nobody opens the shops. So on the platform, he was sitting like this, and I was coming from that side with the bottle of water in my hand. He said, hey, idhar aa. On a stage, on the platform, who calls you like that? Fine. I went nearby him. He said, jao, fatafat chai leke aao. मैंने सोचा, स्वामी, मेरे को लगता है कि तू ना मेरा टेस्ट लेना शुरू कर दिया. तू है ना, yesterday you gave me a hint, I failed to understand. So now you are proving that it is you who came to my dreams yesterday, and today it's you who's calling for the tea. अगर तुम सच्ची हो ना, you will ask for the second cup. ये मेरे मन में था. I didn't even say anything. मैंने सोचा ठीक है. Luckily I got change. I went, I bought a cup of tea and I brought it to him. Very respectfully, I gave that cup of tea. He picked up the tea. In one gulp, he finished it. और एक लाओ जाके. मैंने Swami, you are 100%, I have no qualms about it. And this is going to happen. Fine. I brought the tea again and I went back. I brought another cup of tea. He had it. देखता कहीं को जाओ. So I came and I came back to the train and we sat. शिरडी गए थे. Except for tickets and money. Listen carefully. Except for return tickets and money, rest all, cell phones, everything was placed in the bag. Because मंदिर में जाते वक्त cell phones वगैरह allow नहीं करते हैं. So सारे मेरे वाइफ का 2 suitcases थे, दोनों में पूरा भर के कपड़े वपड़े everything, टूथब्रश से लेके, except money and return ticket pocket में थे, सारा भर के suitcase रखा था. And दर्शन के लिए गए थे, दर्शन से वापस आए तो suitcase गायब. It is an official locker room संस्थान का, उसमें से मेरे दोनों suitcase गायब. What to say? And luckily I'm having money, so with that money we bought toothbrush, paste, couple of towels and etc. etc. Somehow we managed कि anyway ऐसे manage कर लेंगे. तो luckily our rugs and कंबल were in a different bedding and उसको किसी ने touch नहीं किया था तो बच गए थे. And we were staring at each other and we don't know what to do. One lady, she comes and she sits next to us. आप लोग परेशान दिख रहे थे, तकलीफ क्या है आपको? मैंने बोला we lost our luggage except for money and return tickets, we don't have anything. क्या क्या lose हुआ था? मैंने बोला 3-4 pairs of clothes and wife also lost a few clothes and 2 cell phones. And she says that कि एक साल में ना इसका 3 times मिल जाएगा, चिंता मत करो. Swami doesn't want you to have shabby clothes. Swami doesn't want you to keep a small this kind of cell phones. He wants you to some good ones. And I was in a government survey. I was a government servant. Suddenly if somebody wants me to spend 25,000 rupees or 30,000 rupees, I can't spend. I don't know what happened. Something happened. I got huge money in my account. Some areas have come. पता नहीं क्या क्या हो गया था. Luckily cashier called me, said that कि सर आपके अकाउंट में ना 32,000 हमने डाला था. अरे कहाँ से आ गए? पता नहीं क्या क्या हिसाब दिखाया था कि आपका सैलरी गलत कैलकुलेट हो रहा था, ये हो रहा था, वो हो रहा था. Suddenly we do all things and we found that no, you are underpaid. So we are paying complete. We are giving the money back to you. So please take your money. Very good. So immediately I bought a beautiful cell phone of the bigger model and also 6 pairs of clothes each. I got 6 pairs and my wife got 6 pairs. Whatever we lost there, double more than that. During that year we got so many things. And when we turn back and look at these small things, when we connect these dots, I feel one simple thing, that prayers, even if you don't know shlokas, even if you don't know stotram, even if you don't know how to chant all those complex Sanskrit based texts, no problem at all. Close your eyes, place your ego on his feet. Place your ego. It is basically I am. Why should I? Can't. No. Remove it. Place it there. Swami, it is with you. Now you tell me what to do. Once you remove your ego and close your eyes and ask him, the reply hits you back. It hits you back. Such sharp and a profound reply you will get. Please believe me. And that is the best solution you can ever think of. With your human mind, you may not be able to think that kind of solution and you cannot comprehend it, and the kind of solution that you get, unimaginable. It happened many times and I wish it continues to happen to me. And Swami time and again proved that he is beyond this robe, small, frail, nothing. You don't know in what form he is going to meet you. You don't know in what form he is going to come to you. And आप तिरुपति जाके लॉर्ड बालाजी को नमस्ते कीजिए, या फिर काशी जाके विश्वनाथ जी को नमस्ते कीजिए, या वैष्णो देवी जाइए, या फिर शिरडी जाइए, या फिर गोलगमुड़ी जिस स्वामी के पास मैं जाता हूँ उनके पास जाइए, या फिर मैं जिस गुरुजी को मानता हूँ मेरे गांव में उन गुरुजी के पास जाता हूँ, वहां भी मतलब I don't see any difference. It is all one. I don't know what happens to me, honestly. And I thank Swami for blessing me with beautiful experiences to make me realize that he's there. He's there. Sachime, he's there. And he proved again and again, again and again, again and again. And unbelievable. Unbelievable it is. So thank you, Swami, for helping me out in every moment that I'm living, and I'm ever thankful to you. Sai Ram.